God damn, boy. You see that this is the body that you want to build. When I was younger, I was a complete loser. I remember this one time where I had a huge crush on this girl. She was the new girl and she arrived about a month ago. And since then, I promise you, I have been obsessed over her. I have been completely in love with her. I remember this one day where I'm on the way to school and I'm thinking about her. I'm thinking about where will I take her on a date? How will I ask her out? I get to the school and as I enter the doors, I see her, but she's not alone, you know. She's kissing a guy. At that moment, I swear to God, my face gets all red. I have these red cheeks. I have this weird pain in the front of my head. My gut feels painful. I feel like throwing up. I'm about to be late for my class, so I quickly go in and I sit at my place. I look at her and she's just an angel. She looks beautiful. I can't believe how she could do that to me. At that moment, I can't wait for the class to end. When it finally ends, I run to my house. I get in my washroom. I look myself in the eyes. I feel disgusted of what I saw. I feel disgusted. I start to beat myself. I start to cry. But then something clicks in my mind. I know for a fact I have to change. I have to be aesthetic. I have to build a body that girls are attracted to. From that moment, I start working out every single day. I focused on parts of the body that I know are attractive to the other sex. You know, 5 months later, my life has completely changed. I have built an aesthetic body. I now feel a lot more confident. My self-esteem is a lot higher. I feel confident in my abilities. I get back to school and the first class that I have is physical education. I put a tight shirt because I want to show off my muscle. I'm proud of the work that I've put on my body. I'm proud of the body that I've built. And then I see her, the girl that broke my heart the year before. But things are completely different now. I have this tight shirt. I feel confident. I have built an aesthetic body. And I can see that her gaze turns towards me. And she holds my contact. She's clearly attracted to me. So what I do is I go and talk to her. I force my legs to approach her because I know for a fact she's attracted to me. And the conversation just flows amazingly well. I can feel that she is attracted to me. I can feel the attraction between us. That same night, I get her on a date and it goes extremely well. I kiss her. She's all over me and I just feel like a king. The crazy thing is that 5 months earlier, she broke my heart. She was kissing this other guy. And now she's kissing me. Only 5 months later because I built an aesthetic body. Because I decided to change my life. You know, building the aesthetic body will change your life forever. It will allow you to date beautiful Latinas. It will allow you to date the crush that you have right now. She's probably not attracted to you now, but I promise if you build an aesthetic body, you will get her. That is just guaranteed. If you want the full roadmap, by the way, on how to get the best shape of your life, all from home, get girls, go click the link in the description right now. But anyway, I want you to think about why girls are so attracted to this body. Think about the caveman days. Think about the woman at that time. They had to choose very wisely for their man because that man would protect her, her children and the tribe around her, and therefore that man would be the best choice of her life. And she had to choose very, very carefully for the sake of her health. And the V shape was just a sign of strength. It was a sign of masculinity. She knew that with that man she would be protected because it was a sign of great genetics. And so for hundreds, thousands of years, these men with the V shape were always chosen by the woman. It is why I want to focus on the aesthetic body. And even though right now you have bad genetics, you feel like it's over for you, you can become aesthetic. You can build a body that girls fall for, just like I did. And I'm the proof of this. When I was younger, I looked like an ugly woman. I had very bad genetics. I was bullied by my friend. I was weak. And I was able to build an aesthetic body. I was able to change my life. So don't think that because you have bad genetics, you can't become aesthetic. That is just bullshit. And I know you know it deep in your heart. There's 5 parts that I focused on in order to build my aesthetic body, in order to attract any girl that I ever wanted. The first part is the back. And that is just logic. When we think about it, in order to have the aesthetic V shape, we want to have the V shape back. If your back is flat, you will never have the desired V shape. And so the first exercise that I do in order to target my back is the pull-up. I still do it to this day because, trust me, it is the best exercise in order to really build that masculine V shape. It is the first thing that I do. Now the second part to target is the upper pec. And the reason is simple. I want you to think about this. In order to have the V shape, you want to have the most mass on the upper part of your body. And the upper pec will really give you that masculine V-shaped look that we are looking to achieve. When I was younger, I would do a lot of push-up, but I wasn't a fan of that exercise since it focused on the lower part of my chest and it gave me a look that I didn't want. It gave me a saggy look that I just didn't want. Instead of doing the push-up, I did the decline push-up. I would put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I would do the push-up. And it was just perfect. It targeted the upper part of my pec. It targeted the aesthetic part that I was looking for. It is the second exercise that I did in order to really build the aesthetic body. Now the third part to target are the shoulders, but especially the side delts. I want you to think about this. The shoulders are here, and so if you enhance the side delts, you will really get that look, that V look that women are so attracted to. You will get any girl if you build the V shape. And so what I do in order to build my side delts are lateral raise. When I was younger, I would try a bunch of different exercises, but nothing worked as well as this one. I do it every single day because I promise I built massive side delts with only this one exercise. It is the third thing that I do. Now the fourth part to target is the neck. As you can see right now, my neck is massive and it just gives me a masculine look. When I was younger, I had a very skinny, weak neck and I was bullied by guys. Girls were not attracted to me whatsoever because I just looked like a bitch. But now I have built a bigger neck and I feel so much more confident. It is a sign of strength, a sign of masculinity. If you have a massive neck, it will be shown even though you have clothes on. The 2 exercises that I do in order to build a massive neck are neck curls. I do it laying on my back where I put the weight on the front of my head and it targets the front part of my neck. And I also do it laying on my chest where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targets the back part of my neck. These 2 exercises allowed me to build a massive neck. Now the 5th and last part that I focused on is the lower abs. And the reason is simple. Of course, in order to have the aesthetic body, we want to have the 6-pack. It is easy to have the upper part of your ass, but if you don't have the lower part, you will never have the 6-pack. There's 2 king exercises in order to really focus on the lower part of the abs. They are the leg raise and then the hanging leg raise. When I was younger, I tried a bunch of different exercises and nothing worked as well as these two exercises. I promise, if you do these two, you will just have a six-pack in 2-3 months. Now, there's a massive mistake that I made when I was younger, and that was that I didn't eat enough eggs. You know, I would eat about 2 eggs a week, and I just had this weak, skinny body that I hated. Then recently I started to eat 5 to 10 eggs a day, and I just saw a massive difference. I was packing on muscle a lot faster. You must eat at least 5 eggs a day, and you will just see a massive difference. You will have higher testosterone. There's a study that shows that if you eat about 30 eggs a day, you will have the same amount of testosterone as if you're on a small dose of TRT. Now, that is not realistic. We don't want to eat 30 eggs per day, but we want to eat a little bit, at least 5 to 10 eggs will really give us that advantage. It will enhance the V shape because if you have higher testosterone, your shoulders will get bigger, your pec will get bigger, and therefore you will have the aesthetic body. Now that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. It is extremely important that you build an aesthetic body in order to change your life, in order to get beautiful Latinas, in order to get the dream girl that you have right now, in order to achieve your crush. I will see you in the next one.